All right, so this is another episode of My Chemical Imbalance here. Now, I normally wouldn't watch it. I tried watching the last episode because people asked me to. Like, I'm a manipulative person, and I watched it, and it's literally sitting on YouTube unlisted because I just didn't feel like I just haven't released it because I'm so tired of this person. I'm so. I know people like talk. The only reason I'm talking about this one is because people ask me to, because apparently she says she's done with the podcast. The podcast is terrible, so I'm gonna watch it. And it's so terrible, and I think that the reason why it's so terrible is because it's just her, and she doesn't do well. That's it. Not even with people, she's terrible. So I don't know. Do we want to watch? We'll try to watch. We're gonna try to watch this video, okay? But every single video is the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. It's she has the video and she talks about herself. She makes a title to the video. So it's like, oh, I'm a manipulative person. Then she talks about Ethan and she talks shit about him and how he's a bad person, and then she makes excuses for her bad behavior, saying that it's because of her mental illness and she doesn't take accountability. Even though she doesn't have like a diagnosable mental illness in general. She's admitted it. She doesn't have schizophrenia, she doesn't have bipolar or whatever, or borderline personality. She takes medication for those things, and she goes to like some kind of group therapy because she has symptoms of something that make her need medication, but she doesn't actually like have a diagnosis of those things because it's not severe enough. And then she engages in bad behavior, and then like some people would, if they had like a particular mental struggle, they might, after engaging in the bad behavior, they would go, oh, I didn't realize that my behavior was bad, I lost myself, etc., etc. I'm sorry. Trisha doesn't do that. She's never apologized. Her apologies are dog shit. She's a bad person. This is frankly the least exciting video I'm ever going to make, but I'm going to watch at least some of it. It's called Going Off My Meds. Great. So hey, I'm on medication that helps me. Now she's not even going to take it. Whatever. Let's go. Oh, yeah. And just so you know, the first whatever is just a weird music video advertisement for some terrible clothing line that she has. So I don't give a shit, and we're going to skip that. There you go.
Guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of My Chemical Imbalance. Basically, it's a podcast hosted by a mentally ill person with comments saying that they're not mentally ill. I am your host, Trish. Pronouns are they, them. Those are my preferred pronouns.
Well, that's new because you said that all of them were fine. So I guess we're on to they, thems now. Great.
Okay. Let's just get started. This was honestly going to be my last one because I just don't feel I don't feel motivated to do much these days, and
that's fine. I'm totally okay with it.
Anxiety.
I think it's because nobody gives a shit anymore. People are tuning out, and you're getting upset that you're not getting views anymore. So either you're going to continue to make less content, or you're going to force yourself into controversy. Again, the difference is people aren't going to care as much. Realistically, you know, like I said, and you've probably seen it, I feel like, just make the content you like making and don't care about views. The problem is that like we're at a point now where I don't even I dislike you so much that I don't even want to watch like the fake Darman videos that you made. They're not entertaining anymore because I think you're a bad person, and I think I really just it's just like that's how little I think of you. And I'm sorry, but like you haven't apologized. What are you doing? Like, what? It's not somebody that feels worth watching, but we're gonna watch anyway.
Yeah. So today we're gonna talk about feeling. The main thing I was focusing on this week in my DBT book is feelings, threats, and balance. It's how to assess.
That's her. I think that's her like therapy book.
The threat versus your feelings. Most of the time, your feelings.
Oh, you're talking so slow.
Disorder,
no, you're not. You've already
group therapy and individual therapy.
Okay, you're not diagnosed with BPD. You've literally admitted that you have not been diagnosed. I don't understand. Like, how are we still engaging in like the fucking gaslighting? You admitted you're not diagnosed with BPD. You've said that you have some of the markers for it, that your therapist said you had some of the markers for it, and they gave you medication, but you're not diagnosed for this thing. Stop telling people that you're diagnosed for BPD. It's very annoying.
Most of the time for me, I'm speaking for myself only, my feelings tend to be out of 10 while the actual threat is out of 2.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine if you lose yourself. The thing is, like we were talking about before, is you don't lose yourself and then dial down and go, oops, I'm sorry. You double down on it for the rest of your entire life. Case in point, lying about having BPD.
It's something that's really hard for me to grasp. I came this week off of having a psychotic breakdown, which luckily didn't last too long, and I did not get hospitalized for it. So I'm thankful for that. Partially thanks to my partner. I do feel I'm in a codependent relationship with my partner, but it helps right now because otherwise I feel I wouldn't be as stable as I am. So I'm very thankful for that.
That's great.
Some self-affirmation statements that we're practicing.
Like, it's good that you as a person is doing better. I just don't think that you as a content creator should exist.
I might have some faults, but I'm still a good person. I care about myself and other people. I accept who I am. I love myself. I'm a good person, not a mistake. I'm good and nobody's perfect. I embrace both my good and
You're
bad
not a good person.
qualities. Today I take responsibility for everything I do and say. I'm becoming a better person every day. I'm a sensitive person who experiences the world differently. I'm a sensitive person with rich emotional experiences. Each day I do the best I can. Even though I forget sometimes, I'm still a good person.
Oh my gosh, she talks so fast. I have to fucking... She's reading a book. I forgot she was a speed reader.
The bad things happened to me in the past, I'm still a good person. Even though I made mistakes in the past, I'm still a good person. I'm here for a reason. There's a purpose to my life, even though I not always see it.
I mean, I think the purpose of your life is just fucking giving me views. I'm not trying to be... I'm sorry. It's true, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, let's be honest here, you know?
And I radically accept myself. So let's talk about the FTP cope. This is feelings, threat, balance. The things I highlighted this week are...
I just feel like, is there a lot of... Like, I'm not even trying to be an asshole, but what's left in this video? Because traditionally, she'll make 5 minutes worth of content, and she'll expand it to 47 minutes, you know? So, like, what's left? For real. What really is left? She told us that she already lied about having fucking issues. Like, she said, oh, I had diagnosed with this. No, you're not. You've already told us you're not. You have your fucking book. We get it. You need help to manage your shit. And she's talked about how this is her last episode. And it's like, okay, great. That's good. Thank God. Because these were overly... They were too long, and they're not interesting. And it's like, I'm already tuning out.
Anger means something really bad was done to you.
And you're just going to write this book, and you're going to lie to the book, which means you're not going to get accurate, like, engagement. Oh, am I a good person? Blah, blah, blah. No, you're not. And you're going to lie and tell the book that you're a good person that deserves this, that, and the other thing, and then you're entitled to all your fame or something, and you're going to fucking gaslight yourself. And so it's like, what do we give a fuck about? Like, what does it really matter? Like, what are we going to... Like, let's skip to a point.
Anxiety, fear, how potential harm...
She's reading a book. You know what I mean? Like, I could go read a book, too. Like, I don't fucking need to watch this. So let's see what else we got.
Why do they happen? Because I did it in the heat of the moment. If it gets to be too far or I find something triggering, I ask to pause the conversation / set a boundary. For me, it's really difficult to, one, stop me from wanting to hash it out right then and there. I feel like everything needs to be talked out in the moment. I think there's people who need to talk everything out in the moment. There's people who really need to wait on it. And because my feelings are so high in the moment, I really have to wait. So oftentimes now, I look back, right? I look back at every meltdown.
Like which one?
Outburst. Why did they happen? Because I did it in the heat of the moment with the feelings running high. And that's bad for a multitude of reasons. One,
but you didn't do the frenemies ending in the heat of a moment. You did that afterwards.
I say things I don't mean because I think things I don't mean.
But you never retract those things, so you do mean them.
And
this is more lying. Like, what do we care about this for? Let's keep going.
All right, sorry. Oh,
what's this?
It has been such a... We worked together for years, and he sent me a text, and he's like, you know, let me just read it. Oh, there's also something I have to do. I have to let go of the fact that I try and have the last word, have to say everything, have to make sure people know where I'm coming from, because at the end of the day, like, you're not gonna please everyone. I got a really great text actually from someone I work with. It was a friend of mine. We worked together for years, and he sent me a text, and he's like, you know, let me just read it.
I don't care.
Recently, I always just thought like I can make everything right. Like people will see my point and they'll come around eventually. But the bottom line is some people never come around eventually, and like there's nothing I can do.
So I like how she's like, I take accountability, and then later on she's talking about how people just don't understand her perspective. What you have to understand is that your perspective is just dumb. It's just a bad perspective, man. Like that's it. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like that's it. It's not like you have this profound perspective that takes a lot of understanding to get. Like you are wrong. It's very simple. And if you acknowledge that, you can become a better person, but you don't, so you can't.
Control that or stop me, right? Like I'm a broken person. There's a lot wrong with me. I always felt like that kind of saved me, but now it's turning into this like she's using that as an excuse. She's lying about this.
Yes, yeah. I like this.
It's scary because I always like to be open. Not scary. That's the wrong word. It's sad because I love being open, but when your openness is now being up for discussion, it's like, oh, then my biggest fear right here is like, then what else do I have? If what I offer the internet is like talking about real,
you don't talk about real anything.
There's not one other thought in my head other than like literally, it's like I start crying hysterically, hyperventilating. The breath cuts out. I see dark, and
cool.
Just are obsessed with people. They just want to be hugged and held and cuddled, and they are just the best.
So far,
private videos, numbers. It's brought back a sense of like excitement to post videos and respond to comments, and I do respond to all of them on there.
I don't care.
I think it was that little worksheet we skipped. Let's just look at these.
I don't care.
Physical illness, pain, mental break, things like that. And he's like, no, I don't. He has his own takes on it, and we talked about it before. But you know, I see people, I see things, right? And a lot of times I would take that as manifestations, and I try to get them out of my head. But the hallucinations, you can't.
You don't have hallucinations. I'm just telling you that. And the reason I know that is because, like, again, we do this thing every single fucking time. First of all, you've never been able to explain what a fucking hallucination is. Second of all, you said that you only have like visual ones and like you can hearing ones. No, yeah. And someone asks you on a podcast, "Hey, do you have smell hallucinations?" You're like, "No, what is that?" And then all of a sudden, like fucking the next day, you have smell hallucinations as well. Shut up. Stop, please.
Can't unhear. I hear things and I can just visualize. Like, and we talked about this last time, like the threat versus the feelings. And most of the time, mine is so much higher than.
I don't care.
Sometimes it's hard to see what I'm doing. And my 18 to 28 years, like I was a mess and I was messy and I wanted to be messy. I leaned into being messy. I was like, this is just who I am. I can't change it. This is the cards I've been dealt. And then like in my 30s being like, okay, I can change if I want to. And a lot of people won't want you to change. They want to keep you in a box. And
well, no, Trisha, you don't change because you're not making it change. You're a bad person. This is pretty.
I don't know.
All right.
And with a therapist, if you need help with your mental disorders.
Great.
And you can do something to stop it. Like
great. I mean, what? There's no point in watching that. There's no point in watching that. We watched everything we needed to watch, and I feel totally satisfied that I got every bit of information that we needed. That was stupid. Oh God, I really that we're good. You know, we're all done. By the way, since this is going to be on YouTube, and I know that this is the audience that would generally care, we are changing to a new channel for the Mama and Papa Gut content right here. We've re-uploaded the podcast. I don't expect you to watch it. It's just there to be there. This is the old podcast we used to do from a while ago. This is an older channel we used to do a different podcast on, myself and Mama Gut. We're going to be moving over here. We'll be doing live streams on here, so if you want to follow it, it'll be pretty dope. I'm going to make an announcement again later anyway, so it doesn't matter about it. But we're going to be doing a podcast. We're going to start doing a weekly call-in Q&A. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm actually very excited. We're going to start doing more content that's Mama Gut. Like, we actually might start doing a couple of vlogging. She wants to vlog when we go to Disney, and when we that's like our honeymoon, but we're also going to do like a mini honeymoon afterwards because we're nothing crazy. We're just going to like go to like Pennsylvania or something. So shoot the link in the chat. Absolutely. It's actually just google.com. It's youtube.com/Mama and Papa Gut, I believe. I guess /C, but yeah, cool.